What is up, nerd and nerdettes of the interwebs? It's Mr. Brady Jones, and by my side, as always, Senor Adam.
Hola.
We are, speaking of nerds, as you probably already figured that out, we are continuing our Best of the Best series, which you probably figured out by the title by now. At least I hope so. Adam's not doing a very good job of his editing and uploading.
Yep.
Alright, and our movies that we're competing for today is Adam is going to be fighting for the Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie, not Captain America First Avenger. He already fought for that one and lost last time.
You mean I won?
Oh, no, you lost.
No, I won.
No. Well, we're still tallying up the scores, but
It's true.
I'm in the lead right now.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Calling my shot.
Mm-mm.
I'm in the lead right now. Anyway, I am arguing for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Uno. So I did your gimmick right there. You're the Spanish guy.
Okay.
Volume 1. And Adam, give us a rundown of the rules for this shindig.
Alright. Avengers is seated higher, so I will be going first this round for this debate. And the system, if you haven't figured it out yet, is 30 seconds for an opening statement, 2 minutes to argue our case, 1 minute rebuttal time, and a 30-second closing statement. And as we've said previously, you head over to Facebook to our page, and you can vote in the poll to determine which movie moves on to the final four. And this is the last one in round 2, and hopefully we'll be able to get out the final round, well, the final four, soon after.
Dude, I'm really white.
Well, that's just the lighting.
I know, but I look really white.
Turn down
Almost
a little.
angelic. I feel like a jar of mayonnaise. I'm still really white. I feel like I look like a jar of mayonnaise.
Then you are an instrument.
Okay. Yeah, so let's get things started with our 30-second opening statement.
Alright, I'll start.
I'm going to get out of the shot now.
As I said in our last... I can't do this. Please don't. He's stretching over there in the corner.
I want to see how long it would take for you to crack.
Alright. As I said in our last video, in which I argued for Captain America the First Avenger, if there's anything more Marvel-like and just classic Marvel than Captain America, it's the Avengers. And this is the first Avengers movie. This is the first collaboration of all of the heroes that we've seen so far come together. We see them unite, and with huge epic battle, we get so many cool action scenes and a great story, and it's just awesome on so many levels. Try to top that.
Okay. My 30 seconds start now. Alright, Guardians of the Galaxy is a better movie than the Avengers because my movie has an awesome soundtrack. The most awesome soundtrack in the history of movies. It also has great actors, a great cast. Mine also is vital to the MCU because it introduces the cosmic MCU and an introduction to the Infinity Stones, which become very important.
Alright, my 2 minutes starts now. This is the first Avengers movie. We get to see all of the heroes together. We have great humor that doesn't take away from any dramatic scenes. And we have really cool action. We get to see a fun villain of Loki, which, yes, he was kind of the villain of the first Thor movie, but this one we get to see him as a villain. We're introduced to the Thanos, which automatically leads into the possibility of the Infinity War, which we got. We have some interesting plot twists of seeing Dr. Selvig and Hawkeye both become evil for a time, and we get see some of our favorite characters from the previous movies turned against each other, and we get to see more action from Black Widow. We get to see more action from all the characters, but we get to see them interact with each other. Again, great humor, great action. We have more insight and development into the Tesseract, which we think is this is this huge war over just the Tesseract. Imagine what's going to happen when we have six stones just like it, including that one. And well, I probably should have thought more into this, but I think this movie also highlights how great of a hero Captain America is when he's first talking to then Agent Coulson, that he says, like, don't you think the Stars and Stripes are a little old-fashioned? He says, we could use old-fashioned, saying that Captain America is what people need. And yes, he's old-fashioned, but he's a good old-fashioned. And we could see a lot more of Nick Fury, which is not a bad thing at all. And yeah, we could see a helicarrier.
Right. I guess my 2 minutes start now. Alright, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 has the best soundtrack in the history of cinema. It has, the only one that could possibly rival it is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This one, it's got Cherry Bomb by the Runaways, it's got Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie, it's got Blue Suede's, oh crap, it's the theme of the song. It's the theme of the entire movie. Crap, oh well. I'll know it when I hear it. I'm not good with memorizing things in the time limit. Don't use this against me, Adam. My movie's also got an awesome cast. It's got Chris Pratt, who is an amazing human being as well as an amazing actor and comedian. It's also got Batista, who is a professional wrestler, who I am a fan of. I'm a fan of professional wrestling, in case you can't tell by my t-shirt. This movie also introduces us to the cosmic MCU, and it also introduces us to the Infinity Stones. I mean, we've seen the Tesseract, and we've seen, I think, the Ether at this point, but it really shows all of them, and it shows, like, the history of them, and it shows why they're super important, and this movie also shows Thanos. And it also gives Thanos a backstory and starts to show why he's could be a threat possibly later on in the movie. And what is that song? Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. I got it eventually. It's hard when you're in this chair and the light is on your face, even though it's kind of turned down right now. When the light's in your face and that camera is recording and there's a mic in front of you, it's hard to remember every little detail. Do not use this against me, people, especially you, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks.
Alright, my 1 minute will start now. I think it's fairly cheap to base the quality of a movie entirely on its soundtrack. And it's not even original soundtrack. They're just taking music from the past and just putting it into a movie and saying, hey, this music was good back in the day, let's add it to this movie, and now this movie is so much better because of it. And yes, the movie is better because of the soundtrack, but it's not even original soundtrack. And really, you don't have that deep of a storyline there. It's basically a bunch of, it's Space Avengers. It's overrated. And I'm only saying this so I can win. But I probably won't. I mean, yeah, you have Guardians of the Galaxy has Chris Pratt and Bautista, but we have Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. I said Bautista.
It's Bautista, not Bautista.
I've heard it both ways.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. It's Bautista.
I've heard it both ways.
Okay, I don't care if you've heard it both ways. It's Bautista. Alright. My 1 minute rebuttal time starts now. Alright, you said the story for Guardians of the Galaxy isn't that good. It is literally the exact same story as Avengers. Therefore, your story isn't very good. It's 5 misfits who come together to save the world. Or in this case, it's the galaxy. Right? It's the same exact story. So therefore, you said your movie doesn't have a good story. Alright? My movie, yes, it is very much like the Avengers, but they do it better. Alright? And they are able to do it without having subsequent movies that come before it. They're able to create these characters that you love in one movie. Alright? Everybody loves Groot. Everybody remembers Groot. Everybody loves Drax. Everybody remembers Drax. Rocket. Everybody loves Rocket. Alright? Nobody loves Hawkeye. Alright? There is not one member of the Guardians that people don't love. Nobody loves Hawkeye. My movie's also funnier. And yeah, that's it. I had one more point, but I guess my time's up.
All right, my 30-second closing statement. Okay, I just need to address real quick. You say that it's 5 misfits who come together, and it's the exact same thing as Avengers. Avengers is not 5 misfits who come together. It is 5 previously established heroes who come together. And no one in Guardians of the Galaxy is a previously established hero. They are all criminals and vagabonds who come together and arguably get the entire military of a whole planet killed. Avengers doesn't do that. Avengers is a better movie than Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the original Avengers movie. It's all the characters coming together for the first time. Thank you.
My 30 seconds start now. All right, all of them are misfits. All right, Tony Stark was kidnapped and tortured in a cave. That sounds very misfitty to me. One of them is way out of his time in Captain America. That sounds like a misfit. One of them was kidnapped in like Russia or Ukraine or someplace in that European zone, and they used to be a ballerina, now they're a secret agent. That sounds pretty messed up to me. One of them is a giant dude who gets angry and turns green. That sounds like a misfit. Okay, I'm done. I didn't even get to the demigod.
Doesn't sound like a misfit. They're previously established heroes.
Misfits.
They're heroes now.
Misfits.
They're misfits who became heroes before this started.
They're misfits who became heroes.
Guardians of the Galaxy is misfits who come together.
And become heroes.
Avengers is misfits who became heroes who come together.
Okay, same thing.
They were heroes sooner.
So, there's still a whole bunch of misfits. You can be a hero and a misfit at the same time.
Okay, fair enough.
Hulk is still a misfit no matter how much hero stuff he does. Thor is always going to be a misfit to us because he is Asgardian, not human. Tony Stark has all these mental problems thanks to his PTSD. He's going to be a misfit. Captain America is always going to be from the 1940s, 50s, 30s. He's always going to be a misfit.
Okay, fair enough.
Hawkeye is the only one that's not a misfit.
That wraps up this debate. And as always, let us know in the comments who you think won, what your thoughts are on the movies that we debated for, which one's your favorite, and you can show us which one is your favorite by heading over to Facebook. First, follow us on Facebook at Speaking of Nerds, but then while you're there, vote in the poll to decide which of these two movies wraps up the Final Four, which is the next round of our tournament. And you still have a few days left on the video before this for Spider-Man Homecoming versus Captain America the First Avenger. And as always, like this video, subscribe to our channel. And Brady, you should probably answer that phone call from your grandma. And then...
Hello? Hello? Really? Really? You hung up? You hung up as soon as I answered. Can we keep all that in there, please?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. You were saying?
Right, yeah, and then follow Brady on Twitter at Mr. Brady Jones, and follow me on Twitter at Lee_Senor. And as always, recommend this show to your family and your friends and even your enemies. And until next time.